we will discuss about the new chapter, that is human eye and the colorful world. As you know that from this chapter also some of the portions is deleted. Okay, the remaining half which is coming in your syllabus, from there we'll start, that is refraction of the light through a prism. Okay, for that we should understand that what is prism. Okay, so prism is just a triangle piece of the glasses joined together in such a manner that it appears that it is a 3D triangle. Okay, so what actually prism is? A homogeneous transparent refracting medium bounded by a least two non-parallel surfaces inclined at the same angle is called a prism. So a triangular glass prism is a transparent object made up of a glass having two triangular bases and three rectangular lateral surfaces. The opposite sides of a triangle prism are not parallel to one another. They are inclined at one angle to one another. The angle between its opposite faces is called the angle of the prism. Generally, a triangular glass prism is represented by drawing a triangle in a ray diagram. But actually it is not like that, because it having this type of glasses, means when the prism we are talking, it having this type of non-parallel glass surfaces will be there. So in refraction of the light through a glass prism, the emergent ray is not parallel to the incident ray. This is because the opposite faces of the glass prism are not parallel to one another. Thus, in refraction through a glass prism, the emergent ray is deviated from its original direction by a certain angle. Okay, so that we can understand better by the activity which is given in your book for the prism itself. Okay, before moving on to that activity, I just want to explain some of the terminology which is used in this chapter. That is, first one we can say, that is incident ray. Okay, so the incident ray, refracted ray, this all you know very well, because as we have all this thing we have discussed in the last chapter itself only. Okay, so incident ray, the ray which is coming and falling on the glass surface. So here this is the incident ray which is falling and coming, which is falling on the prism. Okay, and you can say that this is the normal ray, and in the normal ray this will be the angle of incident, and this we can say that this is the incident ray. Now when the incident ray is falling on the glass prism, what it will happen? It will get reflected. Okay, that we have discussed in the last class itself, that it used to be or either it will get reflect or it will get refracted. So here what happens? It will get refracted. Okay, and when it will get refracted, what will happen? It will go to it will fall on the another surface. Okay, so there you will find that it used to be get refract. This is what? Refracted ray. This is your refracted ray, and this you will find that which is passed through the another glass. So that is what called the new one, which is emergent ray. Okay, this we have not discussed in the last chapter. This is new for you. That is emergent ray, means as the incident ray will fall on the prism, and when the from the prism it will get refracted, and from there it used to be get emerged. Okay, emerged the surface. So if we simply label it, it will be P, Q, R and S, and naturally here also you will have the norm. Okay, now the next thing, that is angle of the deviation. So whenever we are talking about this angle of the deviation, we can say that this is the normal. But suppose if incident ray is not getting refracted, in that condition it will go like this, it will pass on like this, And if we say the emergent ray, if we make it emergent ray like this, in that condition this will be called as angle of deviation. Okay, means this much that ray has got deviated, that is what called as angle of deviation. Means this is incident ray, this is refracted ray, this is what your emergent ray, and this is what your angle of deviation. Angle of deviation, angle of deviation, angle of deviation, we will denote it with the delta. And then we can say this is called as the angle of the prism. Angle of the prism. Okay, I hope these different terms are clear to you, that this is what your incident ray, refracted ray, which you already studied. Then the ray which is going passing through the prism after getting refracted, that is what emergent ray. And this is what your angle of deviation, which will be denoted by the delta itself. Okay, so angle of reflection, this will be also, and this is the second angle of the refraction, and this is angle of emergent. Angle of emergent it will be, and angle of the prism is this, and this is what your angle of the deviation, where this ray is meeting at a point M. Okay, so the next activity which is given in your book, that is which shows, see, which shows the same as I shown you here, but I told this just to explain you the different terminologies. Okay, but if we go to this activity itself, in that condition we have to understand that what are the different what are the different angles, means angle of the refraction, angle of the deviation, or how we will find out. Okay, so if we see, means fix a sheet of white paper on a drawing board using drawing pins. Means what you have to do in this, that you have to fix a white paper and on the drawing board using drawing pins. Then you have to place the glass prism over there in such a way that the rest of the triangular base will be, means traced in that, like means on the center of the paper, and you have to mark the shape of the prism. Then like this only you have to do all the things. But what you have to do in the experiment, here you have to put the all pins, means you have to stick the you have to place the all pins on the paper sheet, and from the other side you have to see that from where that ray is coming. Okay, means that pins will be on the straight line, so there you will find, there you have to place the another pin. So in this experiment, the emergent ray is not parallel to the incident ray. There has been a deviation in the path of the light on passing through the prism. As you can see, the deviation is there. So when the incident ray is drawn towards by this dotted line, it cuts the line here. Okay, thus the original direction of the ray of the light is this, but after passing through the prism, it deviates. It used to be get deviated. Okay, and it when it used to be get deviated from the path and goes in the direction, then you will find the angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray will be called as the angle of the deviation. Okay, so the angle of this deviation, angle of the deviation is the angle by which the incident ray used to be get deviates. So conclusion of this activity is that we can conclude that a perpendicular shape of the glass prism make the emergent ray bend with respect to the incident ray. Okay, that what we want to show in this activity itself. The same thing is there, means you can see here, only in place of this ray directly where I used to explain the terminology, there you can use the pins, and by the awl pin, by using this awl pin, when you will see on the other side, you will see that the awl pins can be clearly seen there. Okay, so that was the thing which shows that reflection is always by the this prism also. Next topic is your dispersion by prism. Okay, so what is that? Splitting of light into constituent colors means whenever the white light is passing through the prism, what will happen? It will convert into a different color, constituent color it will convert. So the pattern of the colors obtained is called as the spectrum. So that was discovered by the scientists. In that they were telling that white light is, whenever it is passed through the prism, it will disperse into a different colors. So it was discovered by the scientist Newton in 1665 that white light consists of a mixture of 7 colors. That is, light of the 7 colors in this means whenever we are putting the prism and we are passing the white light, we'll find out that different colors will be getting emitted out. So what Newton has done, he has passed a beam of white light through a triangular prism. The white light splits to form a band of 7 colors which is caught on the white screen. Then when the beam of the white light is passed through the glass prism, the band of the 7 colors is formed on the white screen. The 7 colors of the spectrum are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. So the 7 colors of the spectrum can be denoted by the word Vibgyor, that you all know. Vibgyor, 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 where V stands for the violet, I stand for the indigo, and B for the blue color, G for the green color, Y for the yellow color, O for the orange color, and R for the red color. Okay, so scientist Newton has found this, that whenever the white light is passing through the this prism, it will convert into different colors. So when he has passed, means simply when he has passed, a beam of light passes through a glass prism, the white light splits to form a band or a patches of the 7 colors on a white screen placed on the other side of the prism. Means if we put a white screen on the other side of the prism, means simply if we take the prism and will pass the white light through it, and will find that on the other side, if you put the white screen, you will find that the different colors of the spectrum will be formed on the white screen placed on the other side of the prism. So when the glass prism is kept on its base, the red color will be at the top and violet color will be at the bottom of the spectrum. Thus, the splitting of the white light into 7 colors on passing through a transparent medium like a glass prism is called the dispersion of the light. Okay, so when we see this, we can say that the formation of the spectrum of 7 colors show that white light is made up of light of the 7 different colors mixed together. So the dispersion of the white light takes place because the colors of the white light travel at different speed through a glass prism, and the amount of bending or refraction of the light depends on the speed of the colored light in the glass. So we can simply say that refractive index of the glass is different for different colors. So when white light falls on the glass prism, each color is refracted at a different angle. It is not like that it is reflecting at the same angle. That's why you are getting the sequence of the color. Okay, that's why you are getting the different color on the different height. Okay, so we can simply say that red color has the maximum speed in glass prism, and so the red color deviates the least. So the light which have the maximum speed, with that will deviate least. On the other hand, the violet color has the maximum speed in glass prism, so the violet color deviates the most. Okay, so simply we can say that red color has the maximum speed. Red color has the maximum speed in the glass prism, so the red color deviates the least. On the other hand, the violet color has the maximum speed in the glass prism, and so the violet color deviates the most. The order of the color formed in the increasing frequency is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and the violet. Okay, so by this, whenever we will perform such experiment, means in this also again you are having one more activity, that is what exactly which we were discussing. Take a thick sheet of the cardboard and make a small hole on the narrow slit in its middle. Then what we have to do, we have to allow the sunlight to come from that slit. This gives a narrow beam of the white light. Now take a glass prism and allow the light from the slit to fall on the surface here. Okay, on one of the glass surface, means here on this glass surface we will allow the light to fall. Okay, as the light will fall there, what will happen? Now take the glass prism and allow the light from the slit to fall on one of its faces as shown. Then turn the prism slowly until the light comes out from it and appears on the nearby screen. Okay, so in that condition, what you will observe, means in the book itself they are asking that what do you observe? You will find a beautiful band of colors. Why does this happen? Okay, so these were the different steps which you have to do in this. Then after that, what will be your observation? They are asking for your observation, that what you will observe after doing such activity. So what you will observe? You will find a beautiful band of the 7 colors. You will observe color sequence will be like this: violet, indigo, from the below, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So what will be the conclusion after this experiment? Conclusion will be that the prism has probably split the incident white light into a band of 7 different colors. Different colors of the light bend by different angles with respect to the incident ray as they pass through the prism. Okay, so this was the conclusion after this experiment, that the prism has probably, once again I am repeating, the prism has probably split the incident white light into a band of 7 white colors, different colors of the light bend by different angles with respect to the incident ray as they pass through the prism. So this was the conclusion after this experiment or the activity, we can say. Okay, then what they have done, they have taken, means to find out that what causes dispersion by prism. Actually they were thinking that something was in the prism which is responsible to give 7 colors of the light. Okay, so for that what they have done, they have taken 2 prism and placed it in a different manner. Okay, how would they have done that? Means just they have taken first prism like this only, then second prism inverted like this. So what will happen when the beam of light is falling on this? It will get refracted, then after that it will get emergent, so naturally it will fall like this. Okay, so after this what will be happening, means what can be the possible chances? From here also the same thing will be there, but it was not like that. When it has got refracted from the second prism, okay, then it has got converted into a single white light. Okay, so what means white light of the beam when it has passed through the second prism, means after the refraction again it has passed through the second prism. So on the screen what you have got, a single white light you have got. So it means there was nothing in the prism itself. So this experiment was done by the Newton itself. So they have finded out this thing that when means there is a relationship between the refractive index and the wavelength of the light itself. So that's why when some of the color used to be get deviated most, what is deviated most? That was violet color. Violet color used to be get deviated most, and red color will be deviated least.